It's officially major decision time for Sasaki. Well, I mean, tomorrow officially it starts off. What is he going to choose? Who is he going to choose? I'm going to get to that story. And also, Dave Roberts speaks out on the six-man rotation idea. We'll hear from him and the benefits of a six-man rotation for the Dodgers. That and more all coming up. Brad J with you, back large and in charge, keeping things going. Hit the subscribe button for, come on, Dodgers Digest. We're giving you new content daily. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. And if you don't want to miss anything, turn on the notifications because I'm telling you, son, we're going to get this done. All right. I'm going to go off on this. Major decision time for Sasaki. Okay, who is Sasaki going to choose? Obviously, the window starts tomorrow on the 15th and runs through the 23rd. What team is he going to pick? It's been down to 3 teams. 3 teams is what we're talking about. And, of course, the Dodgers are looking at, they are the number 1 team, but Padres are also in there. And the Blue Jays. What? The Blue Jays are involved now. That's out of left field, literally. The Blue Jays, okay. Before I get to the meat and potatoes of the story, let's just think about that for a second. The Blue Jays, why would Sasaki go become a Blue Jay? Is it to win a World Series? Definitely not. Okay? And I'm not trying to, harsh the Blue Jays on that, but that's probably not something you're thinking of if you're going to the Blue Jays. You're not thinking, okay, my best chance to win a World Series? Okay, so is it sponsorship dollars? Is it, okay, why would I go to the Blue Jays? For sponsorship? What are you going to get, Kokanee as your sponsor? Timmy Hortons is your sponsor? What would be the reason? Okay, a big payout, but you know what? You can only get so much money, and I know the Dodgers are short on their international pool, about $1 million short compared to the other teams. I think the Padres have like $1.2 million more than the Dodgers on the international pool, and I could be wrong in that, but I know the numbers are pretty close. Padres have an advantage over Dodgers, and so do Blue Jays as far as that international signing deal. But would you go there? Would you go? I'm excited. I'm going to become a Blue Jay. Something that is obviously a major priority for the Dodgers. That's what President of Baseball Operations, Mr. Andrew Friedman, said of Sasaki earlier in this winter. And by holding all the eggs in one basket, they're missing out on a couple other guys that they had to put back up on the market. We're going to do whatever we can. And I know there are a lot of other teams that are going to do the exact same thing. Well, there's not a lot of other teams. If you consider a lot the Padres and the Blue Jays, that's really not a lot of other teams. It's a couple of teams, sure. Well, the Dodgers embarked on this pursuit last year. They targeted each member of the Japanese trifecta as potential cornerstones of its long-term future. Initially, seemed doubtful that they would land all 3 players, let alone more than one, and they've done just that. Yamamoto, Shohei on the team, so Blue Jays now want in. Blue Jays are all, hey man, it's time for us. Let's see if we can get him. I still think at the end of the day, here's a quote out of Murray. He says, at the end of the day, it's going to come down to the Padres and the Dodgers. So saying that the Blue Jays aren't even going to be. And look, I am not trying to throw any shade on the Blue Jays. I'm just saying, if it's me and I'm Sasaki and I have a choice, I'm definitely not becoming a Blue Jay. Okay? Because I'm going to want to win. Okay? And the Blue Jays, bless their hearts, they're just... remember last season? The excitement reached that fever pitch, and it was reported that multi-time MVP Shohei took a plane to Toronto. Maybe he wants some poutine. I don't know. And he discussed a possible deal during his free agency. However, it turned out to be a hoax as Ohtani turned down the meeting and chose to sign with the Dodgers. But Blue Jay fans were pretty pumped up on this. They were like, no, this is legit. He's definitely coming to the Blue Jays. And that says it all. I mean, if you're Sasaki and you're looking at your bud, Shohei, and he had a choice of becoming a Blue Jay, and he became a Dodger, I'm trying to just put it into your head that you can just figure this out. What do you think? Do you think he would have any reservations at all? Like, well, Shohei, definitely made the right decision. Went to LA, got a World Series, signed a big fat contract. But there is the Blue Jays, though. So I don't know what the plan would be to do on that, and why you would even think that. Why would you be a player, and if you're looking at Dodgers and you're looking at Blue Jays, where are you going? Come on. And if you're trying to say, well, Brad, they have about $1 million more in the international signing pool, so they could, throw a little bit more. That's peanuts compared to what he's going to make when he does a real contract after that's all over. So this stuff doesn't even mean that much. But look, they lost because they put all their eggs in one basket. Daryl Morel and Orlando Patino from Venezuela. Those two guys, they had to go back on the market because the Dodgers are holding out, right? They have $3.6 million to bid for Sasaki, and other teams have more. So they have more. It's just, are you looking for that first contract? Is Sasaki looking at the beginning of this going, well, I could make $1 million more? Is he really looking at that? Because I think $1 million for that young guy, and when he does sign a big contract, I don't think that matters at all. So Blue Jays, Padres, what are your thoughts? Let's see it below. Will he become a Dodger? I said it before. First of all, I said Buehler would remain a Dodger, and I was wrong, okay? I don't mind admitting that. I'm wrong once in a while. It's pretty rare, but I'm wrong once in a while. I got that wrong, and I said I would drink coffee out of a stinky shoe. I did. A man of my word. And I've said the same thing about Sasaki. Hey, look, the coffee out of the shoe wasn't good, but the reason I'm willing to do it again because I'm that confident that Sasaki is not going to sign with the Padres. I feel like he would sign more with the Padres than the Blue Jays. So there you go with that. Okay. Dave Roberts, Doc speaks out on the possibility of the 6-man rotation. Let's get down to it, and it's time for Dodgers Digest quote of the day. And today's quote of the day is Dave Roberts. Here's what he says. Doc says this: I think the crux, what's going on being really telling, is how Gonsolin and May come back. Guys like that do make our decision harder. And of course it's going to be harder, right? If they're knocking at the door and are performing, those guys deserve innings. And we can get those guys in the fold and give other guys an extra rest. I think that would be of benefit. And that is Dave Roberts speaking out on that. And, what's your thoughts on that one, too? I mean, I like the idea. I think it's a great idea. I think it's an awesome idea. Sasaki, if we get him, which I'm very confident that we're going to, it would be part of that 6-man rotation. And how would that play out for the Dodgers? Well, here's something that a lot of people don't even talk about, right? Committing to a true 6-man rotation, think about it. It's difficult to maintain for any length of time. We all saw that with the Dodgers last year, so many injuries. We had duct tape by the end of the season holding these guys together. It leaves roster room for only 7 relievers instead of 8, right, by having 6-man. So you lose 1 reliever. That's why having Shohei, this is where the important thing is. People don't realize this. That's why having Shohei as one of your 6 pitchers is a roster advantage. First of all, he's the only one in Major League Baseball who can do this. He qualifies as a 2-way player, so it doesn't count against the 13-pitcher limit. So it is key to have Ohtani on the team like this, where there's no other player in baseball, not one other player who can qualify as a 2-way player like Ohtani can. So that's right there. So Ohtani won't be ready to start pitching anyway at the start of the season, but still rehabbing. But that is a big thing in itself. So if you like the 6-man rotation, I like it. I think it's a great idea. I think the Dodgers need to make that happen. And I know you need to make it happen too. Hit the subscription button, right? Subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on those freaking notifications so you don't miss a moment of Dodger content on Dodger Digest. I'm Brad J. Always remember, my friends, think blue.